Good evening. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us and for showing your interest in Turtle Tots. It's great to have you with us. My name's Dan. I'm the Managing Director of Turtle Tots here in the UK, and I'm in charge of looking after the business and making sure that all of our licensees are running successful, profitable businesses. I'm joined tonight by my colleague Caroline Sparks, who's the co-founder of Turtle Tots, and also you'll meet a little bit later on Bobby Quinn, who's one of our licensees over in Essex and East London. We're here tonight, obviously, to tell you a little bit more about Turtle Tots and why you should be considering joining us and being part of our family. I'm going to run through a small agenda now to tell you what we're going to be covering tonight. First and foremost, Caroline's going to talk about Turtle Tots, where we've come from, our background, and a little bit about who we are. I think it's important for you to understand where this business started and all of the things that's made it what it is today. We're going to talk, or Caroline's going to talk about what makes us different. I think it's, again, really important that we set ourselves apart from our competitors, not only in the swimming industry, but also the other sorts of children's licenses and franchising operations you might be looking at. There's some really cool things that makes us very different. As I said just now, you're going to meet Bobby Quinn. She's one of our licensees. She's been with us just over a year now, and she's going to talk about her journey, the sort of journey that you might be thinking about right now to becoming a licensee, but also her experience during this first year. She's had a great time, and I'm sure she's looking forward to sharing that with you. I'll then come back and talk a little bit about what you get, what's included within the license fee. I think it's the all-important question about what's involved in buying into this business. You'll also want to know about the investment, what's it going to take to get involved and be part of this team, but also on the back of that, what you can earn from it, what it means to you and your family down the line, the result of all your hard work. We're going to have an opportunity to answer your questions there, and I'll point out now that it would be really great to get you involved. You'll see on your screen there's a question mark, and if you click on that, you'll be able to type in your questions and send them to us. We're going to do our best to answer those maybe through the presentation, but also at the end there's an opportunity to catch up with those as we go through. And then finally, we're going to talk about the next steps. Once you're interested in becoming a Turtle Tots licensee, what are the things you need to do, and what are we going to do with you to get your business up and running? Without further ado, I'm going to pass you across to Caroline, and she's going to talk about where we come from and who we are. Caroline.
So I'm not sure whether you can hear me at this stage. I appear to be having some technical problems at this end, but I just wanted to give you a bit of background about Turtle Tots, and which hopefully you'll find out a bit more about us. We launched 7 years ago in 2011, and Turtle Tots was founded by myself and my business partner, Gabrielle Lixton. You'll see Gabby on the right-hand side of the slide, and myself and our 5 children. I like that photo particularly because it's quite an old photo, so we actually all look a lot younger than we are now. But coming back to business, we launched Turtle Tots because we wanted to offer other people the opportunity to run something flexible and rewarding that fitted around a hectic family life. Turtle Tots is actually a unique swimming program that begins with aquanatal yoga for mums-to-be and continues with specialist and progressive classes for babies and toddlers. We've actually grown more quickly than we ever anticipated, and we now have over 50 licensees in the UK, plus 1 in Ireland and 1 in Australia. We're based just outside of Bristol, and we have a team of 10 at head office, which is led by Dan, and everyone there is absolutely dedicated to supporting our licensees in whatever way necessary to make sure they launch and grow and enjoy running successful and profitable businesses. The photo on the left of the slide was actually taken at last year's annual development days, and for those who look carefully, you'll see that most of our licensees are actually female, in fact all but two, and the common thing that they have is that most of them have young children, and they have wanted to find a career that works around family life, but with the support of a brand. We often refer to buying a Turtle Tots license as buying a business in a box. So it's having the support of a team who've been there and seen it and done it, to obviously reduces the, mitigates any risk of starting a business. At this point, I am just going to run a quick poll, and I'm going to ask, how many of you are already swimming teachers? And if you could answer that, that would be over the next minute or so, that would be great. And I'm going to say immediately, and we don't make any secret of the fact that most of our licensees were not swimming teachers before they started joining Turtle Tots, before they joined Turtle Tots. So it will be interesting to see how many of you are already swimming teachers. In fact, most of our licensees had completely different careers before they became swimming teachers. We have several ex-primary school teachers. We have a biochemist, an events manager, a paramedic, completely varied. So, you know, what we like to see really is people who have got completely different careers beforehand, but they are passionate about baby swimming and want to run their own business. So I can see from the poll that actually 88% of you are not swimming teachers already, and just 13% are. And that's pretty standard, I would say. It's actually that's very typical. And what we look for is people who have got a career before they did Turtle Tots, where they had skills and used skills that they can actually bring to running a Turtle Tots business. So I'm now going to move on and just talk about what makes us different. When we launched Turtle Tots 7 years ago, we were very keen to differentiate ourselves from other swimming companies. And I think our branding speaks for itself in that regard, because we're very pink and green, and we were very keen to keep away from the kind of the normal blue brand that you associate with swimming companies. Believe it or not, swimming is not regulated in the UK at all. So you can teach swimming and you don't have to have any formal qualifications whatsoever, which is something a lot of people don't realise. So we are very strict and are very proud of the fact that our teachers are as qualified as they possibly can be. And this is through the Swimming Teachers Association, who we work very closely with, but also through our own intensive initial aquatic training and then ongoing training. Last year, the Swimming Teachers Association launched a brand new qualification called the Baby and Preschool Diploma. And that was for experienced teachers and uses the latest academic research and theories. And this has resulted in us saying that every one of our teachers and licensees has to complete the diploma within their first year of teaching. And it's also resulted in our approach changing. So our classes are very baby and toddler led and uses each child's individual cues to aid their learning and development in the classes. We're very proud of the work we do with charitable causes. Each licensee chooses a charity that they support on a local level, and we always recommend that this is a charity that is either close to their heart or that is local and supports babies. So the parents and the customers of Turtle Tots will be giving something back by coming to the Turtle Tots classes. Nationally, we also partner with Global Radio. They run an appeal every year called Make Some Noise, and in conjunction with that, we run a Splash Some Noise week, where our babies and toddlers are sponsored to splash their way through some themed classes. We raised over £50,000 for them last year and are on course to do exactly the same this year. So that's a really fun element of the classes and that the parents really enjoy as well. Turtle Tums, I referred to our aquanatal yoga classes just now, but it's a very cheesy name. I'm sorry about that. But Turtle Tums is our aquanatal yoga for mums to be, and it's an amazing way for mums to be to exercise. It's a program that is bespoke to Turtle Tots and has been written by aquanatal yoga experts. But it's also something that differentiates us because those mums to be form a relationship with Turtle Tots before their baby is even born, and then obviously want to bring their baby back to swimming classes, and they know us already and they return to Turtle Tots. So it's an excellent marketing tool. And last but not least, we take a huge amount of pride in the personal service that we offer our customers. We hear from other other companies or other customers that sometimes they feel that they're on a treadmill with other companies, but we are very much, because all our licensees are parents themselves, it's natural to us to treat our customers as we'd like to be treated. So where possible, we always offer catch-up classes if a baby or child is ill. We use first name terms, and put very simply, we just treat others and our customers the way we want to be treated ourselves. Now, I've talked a little bit about the programme there and about what makes us different, but I just wanted now to show you a short video about our classes, which I hope will give you a flavour of how they really are.
Turtle Tots provide specialist baby and toddler swimming classes. We have a lovely, gentle and holistic approach to teaching where it's completely baby-led. We just listen to what babies tell us on the day and take their lead. During our lessons, we teach our parents how to teach their babies to swim in a safe and very child-led environment. Our teachers are as qualified as they possibly can be, and our world-class Turtle Tots training is based on the latest research on baby development and neuroscience. There are many benefits to our Turtle Tots programme, and it's great to hear the feedback from our customers. We hear that babies are sleeping better and getting into better sleeping patterns after our classes. Overwhelmingly, our classes are great fun and a wonderful bonding experience.
I hope you enjoyed that. I always say when I see that video that I don't think you can watch that without a smile on your face. But we just wanted to show it to you because if you haven't been to one of our classes, it really gives a flavour of what goes on and the enjoyment from the babies and the toddlers. So now I'm going to pass you over to our licensee, Bobby Quinn. Bobby runs Turtle Tots in East London and Essex and launched last year, having left Disney. So I will pass over to Bobby so that she can tell you exactly her experience.
Hi, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Caroline. So yeah, as Caroline said, I used to work for Disney as an account manager, and I'm sure like a lot of mums, when I went back to work, I just found that I wasn't happy with my work-life balance. I didn't feel that I got to see my daughter as much as I wanted to, so I started looking for other career options. I actually knew about Turtle Tots because I took Olivia to lessons from when she was about 7 weeks old. So I received an email about, have you ever thought of running your own business? I can honestly say it wasn't really something I'd ever thought about before, but when I got the email, I messaged Holly, who owned the Turtle Tots where I took my daughter, and asked her what it was like and what it was all about, and she was really open and honest about the support and the flexibility and the earning potential. So I messaged Dan and Caroline and went and met them in Bristol, and I think within about 3 months I had completely retrained, had bought my area and had started classes, so I did it pretty quickly. I have been running for just over a year. I have 5 pools and 160 babies, so it's going really well. I'm really happy with the balance that I've got, the time I get to spend with my little girl. I fit my admin work and my lessons around when she's at nursery or in bed, and then I spend pretty much every afternoon with her, and at weekends with her and my husband. I think it's really important to know that I actually have never worked with children before. I found the training to be amazing and gave me the confidence to get in the pool with mums and dads and their children and be able to confidently teach them how to teach their babies to swim. I do have a love for swimming, and I absolutely fell in love with Turtle Tots taking Olivia to the lessons. The help that's offered is brilliant. We have a private Facebook licensee group where you can literally go on there at any time in the day, and someone is always willing to help with any question that you have, because people's businesses are all different sizes. People have been going for different amounts of time, and most 9 times out of 10 somebody's already been through what you're going through, so everyone's always there to help and offer advice. Head office is brilliant. There's a lot of different people there with different skills, again always there, willing and able to help you with any questions that you have, help you find pools, help you with marketing, help you with your business strategies. You don't have to have a business background to run a Turtle Tots business. They will provide you with business training. So if business isn't your background, don't let that put you off, because there are plenty of people that will be able to help you. We have a lovely, really brilliant annual get-together every year. It's our development days, where we get to learn all of the amazing things that have happened in the previous year, because we don't get to see each other all the time. We can hear about people's successes, we can help people's problems, but we also hear about all the exciting things that Turtle Tots head office have been working on and that are going to be happening over the next year. We have a great dinner, and it's a good chance to get together and have a good chat, so I really enjoy those. And I think the most important thing that for me, for running my own business, was that it's so family friendly. As I've talked about, the flexibility, spending time with your children, and I just absolutely, I think it's priceless. And another thing that's really important to me is that I've been able to actually help other mums get a better work-life balance by employing them as teachers. Once you get to a certain number of babies, you can't teach all the lessons, especially if you want that balance. So by employing other mums who are also looking to have a better flexibility for their children, is amazing to be able to help them. So yeah, I just can't really speak highly enough of it. I love it. So yeah, I hope you think about it too. I'll pass you back over to Dan, who is going to go through a little bit more about what's included in the license. Thank you.
Thanks, Bobby. That's brilliant. Remember, guys, if you've got any questions for Bobby or any questions for any of us, really, please click that question mark and drop us a line. We're happy to answer any and all questions that you've got. That was great from Bobby. Really, it was nice to hear, obviously, her experience and understand that obviously she's coming to this from a completely different background to what you might expect, and has really made a success of this first year, and she's going onwards and upwards from strength to strength. So we're really pleased with that, and it's great to have her as part of the team. You've also heard, obviously, from Caroline about what makes us different and who we are, and I guess now you're asking, what do I get? What do I get when I invest and become part of Turtle Tots? It's pretty straightforward. Buying a business, or buying a license, should I say, is like buying a business in a box. You know, rather than starting from scratch on your own and having to create everything. What you get when you invest in a licensed business like Turtle Tots is everything you need to be successful from day one. So it can be broken down really into 5 simple sections as far as we're concerned. You've got your territory, you've got your training, you've got the brand, you've got technology, and you've got support. And I'll talk a little bit about each one of those now. First and foremost, we operate in exclusive territories, and what that means is that when you purchase a Turtle Tots license, you buy your own specific area. It's usually around 200 to 250,000 people and is split into specific postcodes. But what that guarantees you is that that area is yours. There's no other Turtle Tots business operating in that area, so it's yours to develop, and you can do with it whatever you can. Your training. Caroline talked about the training earlier on and mentioned some of the courses that we do, but I think it's absolutely imperative that we really talk a lot about that. I think the training you get helps you become the best possible swim teacher you can be. It's the most important job you can do for a little parent, for a parent and a little baby coming along to their swim lessons, to understand and trust the teacher has been trained to the highest possible standards is absolutely imperative. You'll know yourself if you're a parent and you've been to a swim lesson, that comfort of knowing the person in that pool with you is the best person to do that job for you and your baby is imperative. So the training we give is second to none. It includes a 5-day intensive aquatics course. You've got more than 10 days of shadowing, assessments. You've got ongoing mentoring. We have a mentor program whereby other teachers come out and offer peer-to-peer assessment of what you're doing and really help you along and develop as a swim teacher. You've also got your business training. So when you start up, you come to head office and you get business training in all the different areas that help you run your business successfully. The brand. Starting your own brand from scratch is incredibly difficult. So what you get when you buy into Turtle Tots is you are buying into a trusted brand. We're well known throughout the country. Parents recognize Turtle Tots and know what it stands for. When you buy into Turtle Tots, you're buying yourself or giving yourself sort of instant credibility with parents. Not only that, with the branding, we give you everything you need to look the part too. I think it's important, all of our teachers are branded in the pool with their swim kit. Outside, when you're at events, you've got your clothing. You see Bobby's wearing a t-shirt, Caroline is too, and so am I, if you can see it just there. All of that stuff is included, as well as all the marketing materials. Can you imagine what it's like trying to develop all your own bespoke marketing material from scratch? You get that from day one with us, and I think it's really important that you can hit the ground running with those sort of things to make the most of your business. Technology, like from your own website and email address to creating all of your own bespoke social media pages, you'll be given everything you need to look the part online. That's where parents interact mostly with each other and with brands like ourselves. So having the best possible start when it comes to technology is one of the most important things you can do when you're launching your business. You'll also have access to our superb CRM system, customer relationship system. It's called Bubble, but that's there to help you manage all of your customers. It helps you manage your classes and everything you do with the sort of back end of your business to keep things ticking over and working properly. Full training on all of this is included as well, of course. Lastly, but not leastly, is the support. Bobby talked about it a little bit and mentioned about both the peer-to-peer support and head office. And I think it's important that not just at the outset when you're joining the business, but throughout your life as a Turtle Tots licensee, you're backed up 24/7. We've got a full team of experts at head office. Every area of your business, including finance, IT, aquatics, marketing, business development, HR, everything is covered. So whatever you need, whatever issue you've got, or whatever opportunity you've got, you can give us a call, drop us a line, and we're there to help you all the way. Bobby mentioned about the Facebook group and the development days, and I think, again, it's really important to emphasize the family nature of this business. There's 50 other licensees already out there, and that peer-to-peer support network of people who've been there and done it already is just an invaluable resource. So that's kind of what you get, but what does it cost? There's obviously a cost to invest, and I think it's important to outline that for you now. It's the question in most people's minds right now, I guess. We have 2 levels of entry. The first is to buy one single territory, and that comes in at 13,000 plus the VAT. That single territory, as I mentioned before, is your exclusive zone of around 200 and 250,000 people, local to you, probably in a postcode in which you live in and the surrounding postcodes around that. We have a second level of entry, though, which most new licensees choose to take upon. That includes 2 territories and is just 16,950 plus the VAT. The reason for going for this second level of entry is because you'll want to grow your business. Our territories get snapped up reasonably quickly, especially where one opens up successfully. So what we wouldn't want you to find is you buy one territory and then the territories around you get snapped up by someone else very quickly. And then when you come to the point where you want to grow, you don't have that opportunity to do so easily. Buying 2 neighboring territories straight off the bat gives you the opportunity to grow your business to begin with and then expand to the next level when you're ready to do so at a very discounted price. The last thing we'd ask you to have is like a working capital fund. When you get your business up and running, you're going to need money to cover marketing costs and attending exhibitions or events or similar things like that. And I think it's important that you've got that money in the bank that you can call upon when you need to spend it to boost your business at the outset. Now, of course, that's a lot of money, and I'm sure not everyone sat there right now has got £20,000 to £25,000 sat in the bank. So we understand that, and it's not uncommon. In fact, most licensees require a business loan or some financial support to get things going. We can help you with that process. We are an approved franchise or licensed business with both HSBC and NatWest. Both those banks are really keen to support, in particular, women getting into business. But they're fantastic franchise departments that are there to help you sort out finance that's suitable for you, and we can help you put you in touch with those guys and really get the ball rolling with that sort of thing. Finally, I guess what I want to talk about is what you can earn. And again, once you've invested that money, you want to know when you're going to start to earn a return on it. Our business, and it's important to say this, is really scalable. As your business grows, your earnings grow. So everything grows in line with each other. I've outlined sort of 3 stages here, and the 3 important stages of your business. You've got year 1, year 3, year 5, and those baby numbers that you see on the screen there, those are the sort of benchmark numbers we'd be looking for you to be at those stages of your career with Turtle Tots. Typically, after your first year, you're up at around 100 babies. That means you've got 100 babies in the pool each week swimming. That sort of size business turns over around £50,000, £50,000 to £60,000 per year. And the great thing is you're earning about a 30% margin. So that means you've got sort of £15,000 there as earnings for yourself. In a business in its first year, that isn't bad going. Lots of businesses lose money in their first year. Our model allows you to make money in that first year, and I think it's really important to say that. What I will say, though, is that many of you may be earning more than that right now, and you want something more substantial. And years 2 and 3 is where it really starts to get exciting. By year 3, we'd expect you to be teaching around about 300 babies. Some do more, some do a little bit less, but that's about the benchmark where you need to be aiming for. That sort of business will be turning over around £170,000 to £180,000. And again, with that 30% margin, that's £50,000 plus coming into your business as earnings. You'll have some corporation tax and a few other bits to pay on that, but you can realistically be looking to earn around about £35,000 to £40,000 yourself from that money. And finally, once you get to having a big business, year 5, you've got 500 babies in your business. That's when you can start to make a step change with things. Many of our licensees at that point choose to employ someone to come in and run it for them. Okay, so you get an opportunity to have your business, step away from it a little bit, but still retain those earnings while someone who you've nurtured and groomed to actually run your business for you, so you can go and do all the things that you want to do, but you retain that profit. You'll be earning at that point around about £70,000. It's a real aim for your business, and I'm sure you can imagine that's the sort of earnings where your family and you really start to make the most out of this. I don't want to just let us tell you about it. I could sit there all night telling you about how wonderful this business is, but right now I'm going to show you a video which is a little bit more of our licensees talking about their business.
Turtle Tots is an acrobatal yoga baby and toddler swim school. We take babies to swim from birth in warm water pools all over the UK, Ireland and Australia. After having a water birth with my second daughter, Nuala, I was amazed by the incredible benefits associated with baby swimming and swimming babies from such a young age. She swam underwater like a fish and was obviously able to hold her breath instinctively. Following on from that, I decided to not return to the corporate world and follow my new passion, which was baby swimming. After a year of running Turtle Tots in Bristol, Gabby realised it was a very lucrative business model that would certainly appeal to people who wanted something that is flexible and works around a family. So we launched Turtle Tots together in 2011 as a licensing company, and we've grown very quickly since then. We license the programme in the UK and Ireland and Australia, so we sell licenses. They buy a territory and we give them all the training and the tools they need to launch and run their own successful Turtle Tots business. Being a Turtle Tots licensee, there's very busy times of the term, and then there's also a few weeks where everything's a little bit quieter, which just allows me to spend more time with my family. I am in the pool one morning a week, and I have a team of teachers who teach the rest of the classes. It works out great for me because I get to work in the mornings, either in the pool or in the office, and then I have the rest of the day with my little girl.
I started my Turtle Tots business about 6 years ago. Before that, I'd been working in a corporate job for about 13 years, and then just felt it was the natural step to combine my business experience and my passion for swimming. Having a small team of teachers able to work with me means that I can pick and choose the hours that I work and pursue my own hobbies.
I think for me, the best thing is teaching the babies every single week, seeing them progress, seeing their lovely, happy faces, and also having a team of teachers that love their jobs.
There can't be a better job out there than teaching babies and children to swim. For my own children, it was important that they learnt to swim from an early age, as important as it is for them to learn to read and write. And so to be able to see other children progress and develop, and the joy that it brings their parents in the pool interacting with them, is priceless, really.
Wonderful. It's great to hear from those guys. Obviously, they're running great businesses, and but it's also good, as Caroline said earlier on, just to watch the swimming take place and the smiles in the pool, which is what we're here for at the end of the day. So, Caroline, have we had any questions from anybody so far?
Yes, I'm just looking through. Could you run the business with a friend? Someone has asked. Yes, the answer to that is absolutely. We have several partnerships actually, very successfully run. The one I'm thinking of in particular is Aberdeen, where they run it together. In fact, they started off running individual businesses next door to each other, but they both got on so well they decided to amalgamate, and they run it together. I think it's just very important when you run a business with a friend that you have almost an SLA, so everyone has their own tasks and their own responsibilities within the business. But absolutely, it can be a great thing to do.
I think just to add to that, we've got Joe and Jess over in Gloucestershire, and they dovetail really well. If you've got a friend who you want to share this with, I think it's there's enough in the business in terms of financial reward to make it work for two people. But you get the best of both worlds, and it can often accelerate growth as well. Those guys have done fantastically well growing their business, and have really benefited from having two people really driving it forward.
So another question that's come in, which I was anticipating actually, but I'll leave you to answer, Dan, is how do you get a pool?
How do you get a pool? Of course, you can't run a swimming business without a swimming pool. Now we mostly throughout the country, we hire swimming pools, and those are warm water pools in hotels, health clubs, hospitals. We run some leisure pools where they have a warm water baby pool or something like that. But it's about us working with you at the outset to give you all the tools you need to go in and have a conversation with a pool manager or a pool owner, and build up that relationship. And that's the thing. We help you get kickstart with one or two pools before you launch. But then it's about that ongoing support. So you will have all the tools you need to get out there and strike up those conversations. Caroline will tell you it becomes a bit of an obsession finding pools, and you're scouring everywhere in your territory to find new pools where you can go into. One of the newest things that we've got is building up relationships with people who own private pools. So there's a lot of people out there with big houses in certain parts of the country, and they have pools that they're now able to actually make a commercial venture. And we've got a number of licensees who actually have great relationships with people where they use a private pool, and those sort of settings are fantastic. The key thing is, as we said before, we're there to help you. So at the front end, we will help you secure those first couple of pools, and then as and when you need to expand, you call upon us, and we're there to give you what you need to be able to go and win those pools yourselves.
Okay. A question which I think we've answered, and has actually come in from someone I've had a conversation with this week who's interested in the area, is can I get financial help? So if I just take that one, I think Dan mentioned it, but we have great relationships with HSBC and NatWest, and they approve our business model. So we can certainly put you in touch with people there who can help you with obtaining a business loan, and also the other government organisation is Startup Loans. So yes, we can certainly help you with that. I'm just scrolling down. And we've got good evening. At what stage is the payment required? Dan, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, once we've been through the process of agreeing with you, your territory, getting your license agreement sorted out, helping you find those first couple of pools, and really getting that launch plan in place, which we'll talk about in a second in the next step slide. The actual payment for the territory is due 10 days before your business training. So when you come to your business training, that's essentially the start of your business. So 10 days before your business training, that's when that payment is due to us.
Great. Okay, well, thank you for those questions. I'll just move on to a slide just about the next steps, really. So if it's something that appeals to you or you'd like to find out more, as Bobby said, Bobby came from a completely different background and has never worked with children. So don't let not having a swimming qualification or not having any previous experience that you consider to be relevant put you off. You simply need to email us at jointheteam@turtletots.com or give us a call on the number on the slide. We then can obviously answer any initial questions you've got, and then we arrange for you to come down and meet us at our head office, which is just outside of Bristol. That gives you the opportunity to meet the team and find out a bit more about us and get a feel for the brand. It also gives us the opportunity to share with you a considerable amount of information, which is, we go through the license agreement, the cash flow, all the support you get, so that you can then go away and make a decision on whether it's absolutely something that you want to do. And if it is, we ask you and we support you to write a business plan and obtain the funding. And then we then agree the dates for your training and the launch of your business. And one of the questions I quite often get asked is, how long does that process take? And it's a little bit of a, how long is a piece of string? We've had licensees probably from our initial conversation to launching their business, it's been 6 weeks, and others it's been 18 months. But I would say on average it's usually about 3 to 4 months that process takes. So, sorry, I've just had another quick question come in, which is saying someone, sorry, they missed the beginning. How much is the business? So Dan mentioned that earlier. There are two entry levels. The first is a one territory, which is 13,000 plus VAT. And the second entry level is 2 adjoining territories, and you get a big discount on that, which is 16,950 plus VAT. But we can certainly, when you inquire or just drop us an email, we can send you a bit more information about that. So, sorry, Dan, did you want to answer that? No, that was the end of the questions.
Fantastic. I just want to say thanks to everyone who's tuned in, stuck with us for a couple of technical difficulties. We're experts in baby swimming, not necessarily running webinars. But I think we've given you a flavour of what Turtle Tots is like and who we are. You'll see there the picture on the slide, which is at our recent development days. Pretty much all of our licensees that were there, getting ready to go down for our gala dinner and some karaoke as well. We had that night as well, which was good fun. Like I say, really appreciate you taking time out of your evening to come and listen to us. I'm just thankful that door didn't open there with a 5-year-old bursting through it at some point during this. But thank you very much, and we really look forward to hearing from you soon.
Thank you.
Cheers.